YouTube, you are tuned into the TrayTableSeatBack YouTube channel, where I'll take you around the world with me, Raheem, and bring you travel videos and discussions from not only my eyes, but we'll also highlight other brown and black travelers who look like us with the intent to inspire. Ladies, gentlemen, non-binary and queer folks, as we start our descent, please make sure your tray tables and seat backs are in their full upright position. Make sure you subscribe to this video, like this video, share this video, comment below places you want to see me visit, topics you want to see me discuss, and other brown and black travelers you want to see me interview. So without further ado, let's jump into the next episode. We are here in South Africa, and we are joined by South Africa's own fashion designer, entrepreneur, and lady behind the brand FabroSanz, Sandi Mazibuko. How are you?
Good, thanks, and you?
I'm good. Thank you, my favorite country. Thank you for being here with us today. I know you're a busy woman, so I'm glad that you could sit down and talk to us today. So, the way we do it in true TTSB travels fashion is, before we jump into the interview, we're going to do a little this or that. So I'll give you two travel, because you're a fashion designer, we're going to do travel mixed with fashion, which usually goes together anyway. So I'm going to give you two fashion or travel related options, and then you choose which one you kind of will go with. And then we'll jump into the interview. Okay, I'm excited. So number one, do you prefer to travel in comfort or travel in style? 1, 2, 3.
So I'll say I'll prefer traveling in comfort when I'm traveling in terms of my flight.
Okay.
But once I get into this destination, it's style
all the way. Okay, same for me. On a flight, I just want to be very comfortable, but once you get where you gotta go.
Oh no, comfort can see me later.
No, I get it. So, as a fashion person, as a fashion designer, a fashionista, when you travel, do you do check-in luggage or can you travel with just a carry-on?
I do both.
Both?
Yeah. Check-in and then I can, definitely can do both.
You need both?
Yeah.
So
because most of the time I overpack.
I feel the same. I have tried to travel with just a carry-on forever. Never works out.
No, it doesn't.
I applaud people who are able to do that. That is a gift.
Yeah.
Do you prefer cold destinations or hot destinations? 1, 2, 3. Hot for me.
Hot.
Yes.
I prefer hot destination. But I must say I visited Amsterdam.
Okay.
It was winter, but they were going into spring.
Okay.
So I kind of liked that.
Yeah, like fall.
Because it was not too cold, so I could still wear my winter fashion.
Okay.
I've always wanted to do Europe in winter.
Winter. Okay.
Just for that fashion element.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree. This is a South African question. Do you prefer Durban or Cape Town? 1, 2, 3.
I'm from Durban.
Oh, you're from Durban.
Yes,
Oh.
so home any day.
Okay.
Cape Town is amazing, but Durban is just as amazing. It's just that people have not explored it much,
Okay.
but I'm from Durban. So
See, for me it's Cape Town.
yes.
For me it's Cape Town.
Have you been to Durban?
I've been to Durban, yes. Yes.
I'm sure there are places that I can still show you.
Okay.
And try to
Okay.
you otherwise.
As a fashion designer, style-wise, American based, would you choose Rihanna style or Kim Kardashian style?
Don't know much of Rihanna style, I don't want to lie.
Okay.
So I'll go with Kim Kardashian.
Okay, I'll go Rihanna.
I think she's such an influential person right now in our time when it comes to fashion. I don't always agree with what she wears because sometimes I just feel like she kind of changed when Kanye came, and then her fashion was not more my style. But in terms of fashion icons right now, she's definitely one of them.
See, I go Rihanna. I feel like Rihanna, especially in her prime, was creating trends. Where I feel like sometimes Kim follow a trend. And if we're being totally honest, because this is a black YouTube channel, I feel like a lot of times the Kardashians rip off just black trends and black fashion stuff that we've been doing for years. They do it and then they get all this credit for. So for me, it's definitely Rihanna.
True, I get you.
You know, they wear braids or they'll wear do-rag or they'll just wear stuff that black women have been wearing forever and get all this credit, and it's not original.
Yeah.
So that's just my thing. I love them. I appreciate them for what they do, but you know, as a fashion designer, And as a fashionista, do you prefer prints or solids? Prints.
I'm a South African, I'm an African, we're all about prints. You know, as a fashion designer, I always develop my own prints. So I'm all the way for prints. We have different prints that are inspired by different cultures of our tribes in South Africa. So for me, my brand is all about prints. Even now I'm wearing print, which is our brand.
See, for me, it's solids. I love
playing
prints.
It safe.
And I think that's what it is. I love prints, but I prints because I play it safe. But I come to South Africa and I'm just like, the way they put that with that, I would never do, but I appreciate it.
Yes. I think it's just that to try and change that, because people have seen print differently in the past and how it's presented, but now we're sort of making it like very much fashionable. You know, people like, you know, it's appealing to everyone's eyes. They want to be part of this.
No, I agree.
So prints, all the way,
Do you prefer the continent of Africa or the continent of Europe? Africa all day.
It's rich culture. We have everything. You know, I love traveling, I love exploring, but every time I go out and then I come back home, I'm just like, okay, it's so good to be home. And when I get to other destinations, I'm like, okay, we have that. But it just opens your mind, and you know, when you travel and see other countries and see what people are doing, I mean, it's amazing. But Africa any day. Any
day. Like I always say, the way that America and the media portrays Africa, it's nothing.
It is crazy. It is so crazy.
So crazy.
You know, it's so weird that they still ask those questions. I've seen, you know, on TikTok, the questions they ask. I'm just like, still in this day and age, you're asking such questions about Africa.
Ignorance.
You know, it's very much ignorant. Yeah.
Like, look, this is Africa. This is style,
yes.
grace. This is Africa. Like, so yeah, even just interviewing people like you just change the perception of what people think Africa is. So I love it. So I've said a little bit about your name, your brand, but if you could just tell us a little about who you are, where you're from, and then what do you do, all the things you do.
My name is Sandi Mazibuko. I'm from KwaZulu-Natal, which is KZN, Durban. So I grew up there with my mom and my grandmother. And then I moved to Johannesburg, I think about 2007, and started my fashion label. But I started after I was working for some time. So I started corporate, and then I moved into fashion. So now I'm a fashion designer who owns a brand called FabroSanz.
Okay, and we'll make sure we put the name at the bottom. Check it out, check out the website, shop with her. The clothes are amazing. When did you start getting into travel?
So, it's a funny story. When I moved from Durban, so I used to work in Durban. You know, after school I finished Durban and then I moved to Johannesburg. So when I moved to Johannesburg, I was supposed to go live abroad because my aunt and my cousins had left to live in Ireland. I also wanted to move that side. And then I did everything, all the paperwork, and when I got to Johannesburg, I had problems at the airport. I couldn't travel. I don't know what happened. It was just like, no, your paperwork is not enough, and so I stopped. And then after that, I started looking for a job in Johannesburg.
Okay.
And I always said, okay, I want to go, you know, visit. So I tried to work hard to go visit my family in Ireland. I couldn't, and then I went to London. My first trip was to London. It was the worst.
Oh.
Heathrow.
Okay.
They showed me flames at the airport. I was treated like a criminal. I was just like, why all these questions? You know, they asking me, what are you coming here to do? And I was just visiting. You know, at the time I was working full time. I had all my paperwork. I was working full time for a company, proper company. It was a French company. I had my letters from work saying, you know, I'm coming to visit. And then when I go back, I'm going to go back to my country. But they ask you a lot of questions as if now you're starting, you want to stay that side. So lucky, I knew the South African ambassador at the time. So they even had to phone you. So as a result, I told myself, I don't want to go to London anymore. I've never been to London, ever again. But I think now I'm over it, so I think I can do London. But it was the worst travel experience for me to go to London, Heathrow.
Okay.
It was the worst. And then from there I went to Paris. Paris was fine because I had a colleague who was staying that side because the company I was working for was French. So it was easy to go around Paris because I had someone who was, otherwise it was going to be a nightmare as well because of the barrier in language. So that's when I started traveling, and then, that's opened my eyes in terms of fashion, because back then we didn't have all these trends that we have here now. No, we didn't have social media like how we have it. So when I went there and then I saw all these nice clothes, I'm like, we don't have this at home. Why don't we do this? Simple things we do not get. And then I was like, no, I want to dress different. I want to be different when I go out. So what can I do? So even started in doing some research on fashion design and all those things. So it kind of did influence my journey in fashion traveling.
Which is great. So one of the things you touched on is kind of segueing into our next question, which is, as a Black woman, what have your travel experience been like? Now, I know you said that your experience in London wasn't really great, but overall, as your travel experience as a Black woman, like I said, I want to make sure that I understand too that I'm a traveler, but my experience as a Black man is very different than your experience as a Black woman. So overall, how would you say your experience have been thus far?
I mean, it differs with countries. Most of the problem is airport.
Yes.
That custom when they have to check, and then they do random checks. But I just feel like they always pick on Black people.
Stop. I agree.
Yes, and then it's just like, why would you stop? You're working to stop the person next to me.
I agree. There's 50 of us walking out, and I'm the one that gets stopped.
Yes, and then it's just like, oh, okay, it's fine. I know there's some incidents. Other people have done things at the airport, but I mean, they can't just everyone assume that they're gonna do, or they are there for a certain reason. And then countries that I feel, I recently went to Greece. It was amazing.
Okay.
People were very nice and friendly. Loved it. Amsterdam as well was nice.
Okay.
Paris is always. I don't understand why though. There's so many Black people there, but still, it's like they see you for the first time.
I had the same experience. I actually did a YouTube video, which y'all can go check out. But I talk about Paris and how I don't love it. I never have to go back.
I love it.
I think it's beautiful. It's a romantic city. I love that feeling. But I also feel like the way they treat us, and my experience may be different for you as an American. Parisians do not like Americans. And then on top of that, I'm a Black American.
I don't even think it's about American, just Black people.
Yeah, Black.
They don't like them. And I feel like there's so many.
So many.
It's you see more Black people in Paris than any other countries.
I agree.
In Europe, I think. From what I haven't been everywhere in Europe, but from the places that I've been, I've seen Paris. I mean, it's more.
More Black. See, for me, London was more. I see more Black people in London than any other European country I've ever been to.
Yeah, so I don't know. Paris is always that one. I just love it for the fashion. It's easy to shop. You get all the nice brands there. I always love exclusive things. As much as I've got my own fashion brand, but if I want to shop a bag, spoil myself, or shoes, I want something that you're probably not going to find at home.
I get it. So is it safe to say that London is your least favorite place?
I think I'm kind of over it now. I had, for years, I was like, I'm not going to London.
Go back. And I say that only because in my experience, I've gone places once and I'm like, I hate this place. And then I went back and I'm like, this place is amazing. So I would just say, give it one more try.
Yeah, I will, because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
For work and travel, because I love mixing the both.
So when we think about your brand, who would you say you design your brand for? Like, who do you have in mind when you think about designing?
It's such a broad, because I always say I don't want to be boxed in fashion, I'm not one to say, okay, my style is this for me and it's that. I'm designing for people just to tell the South African story through fashion. So it's either it doesn't have race, it doesn't have. Now we even started with menswear, we're going to be doing kiddies wear, because I just feel like everyone needs to have that and experience it, because when you're wearing it, I wish there was something that you can wear and then you see the response that you get, reception when people see you. It's just so amazing to feel to hear the response from people when they're wearing our brand as well. So I design for everyone.
Okay.
You know, it's so broad. I don't have certain people. It's just for everyone.
Okay.
And it's amazing because it has done exactly that. It has attracted everyone.
We always say thoughts and words have power. So
Yes.
the fact that you went into the brand thinking and saying to yourself, I don't want to box myself in, that it manifested to what you wanted to be. Is there a way that you would like describe your personal style?
My personal style is modern classic.
Okay.
You know, I'm such a lady. I always want, even with fashion, as much as print, we have a lot of African prints. Our print, I always do it in timeless style because I don't believe in things that you wear and then it's like fad trends that are just like here for a certain time. I want you to be able to pass it over to the next generation. So that's more my style, like classic and a bit of cheap.
Okay. Is there an article of clothing that, like, when you travel, is a must-have? Whether it be your shoes, your track sneakers. Is it something that you like? I always pack this.
Yeah, just like I told you in the beginning, comfort when I'm traveling. So I always have a comfortable, airport look.
Okay.
I make sure I have my nice sneakers and my nice tracksuit, branded in my brand, of course, you know.
And the last question is specifically to women, and because you became a fashion designer, you're a fashion designer, you travel, you stepped out of that box that in a lot of countries, women feel like they're not able to obtain. So there's somebody out there that's watching this YouTube channel that probably want to be a fashion designer or want to travel, but they're allowing fear to hold them back. What advice would you give to that person, that woman out there who look at you and say, oh wow, I wonder how she did it?
My advice would just to step out of your fear and, you know, go travel, see what other people are doing out there, see what other brands are doing out there. If you're a fashion designer, if you're just a normal person who loves traveling, it just helps it opens, I don't know, your mind, the way you see things as well. Just like how I was saying, it helped me as well to just start my brand. So with me, when I travel, you know, we have like resort collection. We always have like those resort. So even when you're a designer, you see more what other people are wearing out there. Even when you're just walking the street, like, oh, okay, this is the comfort look people go for, and so that you can be able to come back and apply that into your brand. But just traveling, it's amazing. I mean, you just go see the way.
I agree.
Yeah.
There's so many great things on the other side of fear, and if you allow fear to hold you back, you're going to leave this earth just with a lot of regrets and wonder what if. And I always tell people, just kind of make the conscious effort to travel to one place, whether it's domestic or internationally. Once you get a touch of that, you're addicted. You're addicted.
Yes, you're addicted. It's addictive.
And it's just about just prioritizing. And then one of the things that you spoke about too is just your words, your thoughts. Just stop telling yourself you can't, and just start saying, I can. And speaking the things that you want. There's this quote that I always say, and it's speak what you seek until you see what you spoke. And just those things, just making sure that you talk to yourself in a good way. Positive affirmations, manifesting things. These things are real, they're true. And the purpose of this YouTube channel ultimately is to inspire little black boy, queer, non-binary, trans boys and girls to just step out of what we're used to and what you don't have to become a product of the environment. And there's people like you who have this fashion brand that is amazing, that I'm sure probably in your wildest dreams, like you showed your brand in Paris and Milan, like places like that. I just want to let people know it's possible. It's possible.
It's very much possible because it starts with you all the time. That you're saying, this is not just me in this space. I'm here in South Africa. I'm here, you know, at home when I go back, KZN, you know, I'll go with my friends and then be like, oh no, that's nice, but it's, you know, it's things for you guys, you know. I'm like, what do you mean? It's for everyone. I grew up with you, same school and whatnot. So it's just a matter of telling yourself, my life just doesn't end here. There are more things out there for me. So, and then you start telling yourself like that, and then you just go as well, work hard. And another thing is hard work. You just
Hard work.
need to put in that work
Yes.
in everything that you do. Because even traveling, it's not, you find destination where you get nice packages and whatnot, but it's not a cheap thing to do. So you need to balance, you know, you've got your work, you're pushing, and then, you know, I'm saving up for, you know, this trip. So at least, and then you start ticking off, okay, you know, make your own bucket list kind of situation.
So I'm so glad I was able to have you interview today. I was very shocked that you even replied, but I'm so grateful for having you. But all of Sandi's information will be listed down above where you can buy the clothes. We did a promo kind of in the beginning where we'll show you the store. If you're in South Africa, in Joburg, near Nelson Mandela Square, stop in the store. Her Instagram will be below, follow her. But until the next episode, just make sure you travel fearlessly, travel freely, but most importantly, travel safely.